4, 3, 2, 1. All right, everybody, welcome in. This is a very exciting moment for me because we are talking, Benito, we are talking Bad Bunny, the biggest artist on the planet. And I had to bring in somebody who has the same enthusiasm as I do about Bad Bunny. And he is the one, the only, the hottest comedian in Miami, by the way. Just letting you guys know because he's touring all around the world. Carlos Hernandez from not only his own comedy, Carlos Hernandez, but also Only in Dade host.
Let's go, dude.
My brother.
Thank you for having me,
We finally connect. We've been talking about this for years, by the way.
We really have.
Every time I see you, I'm like, bro, let's do something.
We talked about this on a plane where we were supposed to jump out of.
Yes. Dude, I forgot about that. Oh, shit.
We talked about this just when we saw each other in a parade.
Yes,
we just
Grove.
consistently just talk about Bunny when we talk to each other. So
Dude, I totally forgot about the plane, dude. I forgot that I jumped out of a plane. Go figure.
He did.
Anyway, most important topic at hand. Another album by Bad Bunny.
Nadie sabe lo que va a pasar mañana.
And they really don't. Which means nobody knows what's going to happen tomorrow. We have a lot of English speakers. We have a lot of Miami speakers that understand both languages. So we're probably going to do this in Spanglish a bit.
I mean, that's how I just do my whole life.
My life, right, exactly. Exactly. There's things that I yell out in here where people are like, what did he say? And then like, oh, hold on, let me translate
for you. I do that all the time. I do that with things
and everybody's like, what? And I'm like, this is messed up. I can't do this.
Yeah, sometimes I do that with words that don't even need translating. like just like the most simple things. Like, oh, pass me the camera. I mean, pásame la cámara. It's just like the most simple thing. And it's like, okay, we got it. You know, it's
okay. So a drop that we didn't really expect because he's doing a lot of stuff behind the scenes, doing movies, doing fashion, dating Kendall Jenner.
All kinds of things.
All kinds of things, right? Living his life after a banger of an album.
Which was only a year and a half ago, really.
Which was that. We're going to get to that in a bit. We're going to talk about all his entire discography, but that Verano Sin Ti album was incredible. I didn't think that he was going to be able to top it. Then all of a sudden, a year and a half after, he comes out with Nadie Sabe. And brother, I've listened to it on repeat since it came out.
Same here.
Every day. I'll listen to the entire thing.
Same here.
All the way down.
Dude, it's honestly, I don't like saying like, oh, this album's better than the other. This album just gets me in a mood that like I can control and I can just like take over the world or whatever. And that's the energy I need. Like girls need Taylor Swift to tell them that.
Right.
I need Bad Bunny to tell me that like in Spanish that like I barely understand from Puerto Rico. Like
exactly.
Like just like that's what I need
L's
to feel my
the R's turn into L's and then I'm trying to figure out why, things happen. I'm like, okay.
It's the best, dude. And I like how he like is so literal. Like he's very literal in this album. He literally says like, oh, yo le quito la R, le pongo la E. Like very specific. It's like, oh, this guy's just like, it's almost just, it's not comedy, but it's so self-aware that it's like, oh, this is like, the ego doesn't even matter how much ego there's in this album because he's so self-aware of what's happening. It's just incredible.
And he knows that he's the biggest artist on the planet.
He knows so and he's like, gonna tell. He's like, yeah. Well, now I'm just vibing with that aspect of what that is.
So it came out last Friday, right at midnight, and I was tired last Friday, so I didn't want to listen to the whole thing. So what I did was, I listened to the first 4 songs, and then I was like, I'm gonna put it down, and then I'm gonna go to sleep.
Good for you. I did not do that. I listened to the whole thing.
I figured. When the first one came out, the first song, Nadie Sabe, right? Now we're gonna open up because I need to open up.
Yeah, Nadie Sabe. Yeah, we can't really play anything because then they'll get.
Can we? Is that allowed? Can we do that?
I don't know. You guys.
Can we do that here?
Oh, I don't like when the producer's like, when
the producer throws their hands up.
It's up to you. You guys get in trouble. I won't.
Because the problem is, I push a lot of boundaries here in a lot of different ways. So I may do a little something. Anyways, Nadie Sabe comes out, and I'm like, okay. First song, not the album, the song.
Right.
And I'm like, okay, straight bars.
No bars.
Hook, no nothing, just straight bars.
Talking.
Putting you in the mind frame of somebody who is the biggest artist on the planet and
doesn't give a shit. He doesn't give a shit. Literally. I don't know how far we can go with it.
You can go far.
Okay. No, she's like, I don't really care. I don't care at all.
Let it ride. Somebody else is gonna edit it. Anyway.
Okay.
So your first thought when you heard that song, Straight Bars?
I mean, dude, it's honestly not even a song. It felt like a poem to me. It felt like I was like just entering his mind, and he's just like literally talking about like nobody knows and how it feels to be this big and how it feels to feel like this sad at moments. Yes. That I don't even know why I feel sad knowing I have all this, but like. Sometimes you feel that in life in general, but then knowing that it's coming from the biggest person
on the
planet is like, oh crap. So everybody's still going through it no matter what. And then it's also calling out aspects of like everybody's talking about like when he threw the cell phone or when he
mentioned it twice on
he mentioned it twice on that song.
Yeah.
Like he like
yes.
which is like great that they celular, like just like I don't care, like I'm realize what I'm dealing with, and I'm doing this all for you,
Right.
And I'm still just trying to like be as genuine as possible with you, and he does it, and I think he does a great job at it. Not only in that song, but throughout the album, it has the same energy.
It's such a crazy thing that you go from being a guy who was opening for other acts in small clubs in Puerto Rico to now being one of the most recognized, not only faces, but voices.
Voices, which he says.
Which he says.
Right,
yeah. Before you see my face. And it's like, when you hear that, Baboni, everybody knows. He's such a master marketer in the sense that he's created sounds, and I almost equate it to like Young Thug, where Young Thug has his own like voice, where when you hear Young Thug, you know it's a Young Thug track because of his voice, the way he manipulates it with the song. But Bad Bunny has the same thing.
Or like Lil Wayne, like just like
Wayne too, or the lighter.
You know it's Wayne. It's about to start going in. But even the way that Wayne does that too, that like the like it's just like
his flow.
It's his flow.
Yeah.
And Bad Bunny has a similar thing where he's able to have that and then tone it on himself. I think that song was I did not expect for that to start.
Right.
As that song, but it was like, you know that song like in Yo Hago Lo Que Me Da La Gana, that's like the little heart. That's like it's like almost a version of that.
A great song, by the way. I love that song.
It's also just like a spoken word type of thing.
But at the end of the album.
At the end of the album, but this time he does it at the beginning, which is like, okay, we're gonna set in the mood from the top, and I mean, I appreciate it.
I don't know if I'm gonna get in trouble for this, but I'm just gonna play a second. Can I do this? Is Jason?
I don't know.
Mike Fuentes? No, I don't know. Okay, I'm just gonna play a second of it.
They'll edit it.
I'm gonna play a second of it. You ready? Hold on,
This is hilarious to me. If like we play this and then Billy hears it, and his
or worse, Bad Bunny hears it and he sues us. We don't know. Right. Okay, Jason's giving me.
He doesn't know if we can play it. Okay. So don't.
I'm gonna play a second of it. I don't think we get in trouble for a second, right? He says okay.
We do 1 second.
It's on my Fuentes. He told me okay. When I heard this.
Yeah.
Okay, that's it. That's it. That's all I can play. That's all I can. That was 3 seconds. Okay. They told me my ear 3 seconds is legally all I can play. I think I played 3 seconds.
I think that's good.
When that violin came out, and then I heard hoo hoo hoo.
Well, that's on the second song. That's Monaco.
Yes, Monaco.
But the first one also has.
It has the start. Yeah. But when I heard Monaco, and I heard that,
which was also the trailer for the thing. Yeah,
bro.
I don't know what it did. I don't know what it did to me, dude. Yeah.
It almost leaves me speechless.
And it's like a laugh. You hear it. It's like an actual like hoo hoo hoo. Like a little like I don't even know. I'm thinking of like Italy because it's like very like fine. You're sipping wine and then it's just like a little gesture guy. That's like,
bro.
Or whatever.
I see him, bro. I see him like James Bond. Like he's in like one of those like wooden boats, and then that song is playing in the background, and he's in Monaco for like a spy mission.
Have you seen the video? Like,
yes.
It's kind of that.
It's
same
that
vibe.
same vibe.
Yeah, I love that.
When he dropped that trailer, that's when we knew, oh shit, he's putting out an album,
and he's shaved his head,
and it was like Al Pacino's in it, and he's in the back of Carbone. I was like, oh my god, we are so back right now.
That's it, dude. It's
to
amazing.
Me, Monaco is the best song on the album.
100%. I agree with that.
As far as radio, what used to be the radio hit of an album, like you knew, okay, this song is gonna get played on the radio 1,000 times.
They're already playing that song. I went like, where did I go yesterday? I had a show, and then we went to next door, like Copper Blues, up next to the Improv, and they're already playing that song, which is great. And you don't even really think of that song as like a club song, right? It is kind of like it's still kind of it is trap, which is not like
by the way, the entire album is trap. It's a trap.
It's
album.
Latin trap, which is like what him and like. I mean,
Anuel,
Mike Myers, like all these great, Brian Myers as well. I said Mike Myers. That's hilarious.
He has a trap album. It's coming out.
Mike Myers, Friday the 13th.
Oh, so Benito's came out Friday the 13th too. It comes out on Halloween.
Exactly. So like having that like Latin trap again, and he said it like there was a song. I think it was in Me Fui de Vacaciones that he said that at the previous. I was like, le voy a dar un álbum trap para la baby or something like that. Bro. And I was like, when I heard that, I was like, oh,
wait a second. And that's the thing. Like last album was the perfect album for the summer.
Oh yeah.
But I don't think D was made for the summer. So my wife and I last year I took her to Hawaii for her birthday.
Oh, and you just listened to the album.
The day before we leave, Un Verano Sin Ti comes out.
Amazing,
brother. When I tell you, I put on that album and I'm instantly transported. Ooh. Drop top Jeep. Cruising down Maui, okay, with that song, with those songs blasting, so I cannot tell you the vibe that album puts me in.
It's an incredible vibe. It's exactly that vibe. It's like just you feeling like you're in Hawaii no matter where, like you're about to hit on a beach. It's great. It's amazing.
But this one was different. Nadie Sabe was a different vibe. It puts me in a space of like, almost like he's grinding on the way back to like he's made his life and his career so perfect, and it's such at a level. but he's still rapping like he's grinding, trying to make it.
100%. But that's what makes it special. And that's what he says about the whole thing. Like I'm up here and I'm gonna stay up here.
No estoy en mi peak, estoy en mi prime.
Estoy en mi peak, estoy en mi prime, bro. What a line. Because of that Booker T song from 2 albums ago, that he's like, estoy en mi peak. And that was just December 2020. Yes. It wasn't even that long ago. And now he's like, I'm in my prime. It's only 3 years later, not even like 2.5 years. And then he's like, yeah, no, I'm in my prime. I'm gonna stay in my prime, no matter who tries to get. Even like he did more numbers than Drake.
Yeah,
you know, like
silently
a week
better
before.
album than Drake. Best song on the album of Drake.
100%.
When that
Drake's album is great.
Hit,
oh, so good. So
when
good.
that
Gently's
starts
incredible.
Crazy.
And I mean, Drake embarrassed himself speaking Spanish to a
know
level of no degree.
I didn't know what he was doing in the first. When the song first hits, he starts saying things. I'm like, that's not Spanish. That's not English. I don't know what that is.
It doesn't sound. It's like, well, he even like changes the way you say. He's like champaño papi when you can just say like
it's not it.
Champaña papi. You could just say the actual way. It's just like a letter off. And if you got like, if Benito, I mean, he could also been like, yo, you should. Oh yeah,
Papi,
cambia esto, no sé qué. Like,
esto.
but it's all good. Like he tried it in Mia and then he did it again. But Drake's album I thought was great. It was awesome. But there's no, I don't think anything compared. I'm a Drake and Bad Bunny fan. Like I'm
Same.
a very.
That's why we're here together,
like,
because we both agree on the same thing.
I understand that it's a very like fanboy thing to be. Like it is the most default way of what a man would like nowadays. That is Drake and Bad Bunny. But I am okay with that. But I also grew up listening to both of them. Like from the top, Bad Bunny 100% had a better album.
Easily. It's not even a question. And looking at some of the other ones, like Fina with Miko. Miko's
So
killing
good.
it right now, by the way. Miko's. If you haven't heard of young Miko, she's doing great.
Have you met her?
Never. I haven't met her.
I've met her like twice. She's literally like just like chilling, tranquila.
Like,
bro, wearing like long, like
yeah,
just,
she's like always in sweatsuits
chills.
and stuff. Like
It's amazing. She's super dope, So like hearing that in that song, the end is my favorite part. The whole song is incredible, but when they're both, you can hear them both together. I forgot. I'm gonna play 1 second of it.
Guys, we have 1 second. We have 1 second. Oh,
hold on. I'm gonna go to the end.
We gotta go to the end.
This part.
Hey.
Like both of
That's
them
it.
together, it's like coming on. It's just such a good vibe that it also switches. It's not necessarily just trap. You have a little bit of like a little reggaeton in there,
Yes.
but it's still just enough that it's like, oh, we'll still.
Your
got the vibes.
favorite song outside of those
Monaco.
couple ones? Outside of Monaco.
I have too
Mr.
many.
October,
Bro.
Reggie Jackson.
The ones that I always
Goes
go to.
insane.
Mr.
Cybertruck.
October's incredible. Cybertruck's great. I love
Me sé de Carrota.
that one's incredible too. Well, what's his name? Young
Chimmy.
Young Chimmy's.
Young Chimmy's for the streets,
it, bro.
Bobby. Young Chimmy's for the streets.
He's like Chief Keef of like just like
yes,
Puerto
of
Rico.
Latin trap, 100%.
I love Thunder and Lightning.
Thunder and Lightning. Eladio. Have you met Eladio?
I haven't met him, but
He I haven't met him either, but he looks.
we will. Like he's just like a chill. Do you know? I didn't know that guy started through Vine. Like he was just
Yeah,
like a
dude.
Vine comedian.
Yeah, bro.
And then like he just became that. So
And he speaks English and
the future
Spanish
is bright.
perfectly.
I know it's
I've
awesome.
seen him
English
interviewed in
interview.
English,
I
and
saw
I'm
him
like,
in Jassy, the girl,
Yeah,
the
yeah.
little girl that interviews people. He was just doing the interview in English. It was great. He's awesome. I like that song a lot because it just gets me in that mood. Well, I love Coco Chanel with both of them.
Yes.
And that song almost
That's
feels
on
like a
his album.
continuation of that. Yeah, on Eladio's album. And that's one of my favorites. I love HPR.
Yeah, where they
with
bring out everybody.
Classics like
Bring out completely
De
everybody.
La Ghetto,
What do you
freaking Arcángel.
I love
Ñengo.
Aka. I love Aka.
Oh, he's also dope
he's a
as fuck.
legend. And
super
it's
dope.
funny to see like these legends in the game
Yeah.
just like, hey, Bad Bunny's on another level. Like
Yeah.
we're legends in the game. Bad Bunny has superseded everything
And they say
that
that.
we've done.
Yeah.
And they give him those props. And usually like it's a crab in a bucket thing where you see somebody succeeding and you want to bring them down. Like that's why. Have you heard of that crab in a bucket
Of
thing?
course. Yeah.
So
Most people work that way, but the fact that it's what makes Bad Bunny and artists that are actually doing well or like successful is that they're putting their people on, putting people like Young Miko, who's already doing great, but he's like, all right, I'm gonna put you
Another
in like
level.
the song that is gonna be like the third most listened to song in the album, and I'm also gonna put people that like I grew up with, which he says in like HPR, like a little recording, probably from a podcast or something that he's like, yo crecí que escuchando a De La Ghetto, a mí, tú sabes, a Ñengo, a Arca, and then it's like Arcángel that starts singing once like Ñengo and De La Ghetto already, which is like, dude, this guy's just, he can do whatever he wants in
really,
that sense.
it really can. Like he's a kingmaker where he says, "Hey, this guy's good."
Yeah.
And you're listening to him, even if he's the one that superseded Babo, right? Like there's guys
of them.
that have blazed a trail for Bad Bunny to be the biggest artist on the planet,
Right.
And not even
All
in,
those guys
in
did.
Latin
Yeah.
trap. I'm
Yeah.
talking about like Ricky Martin. I'm talking about like
Oh yeah.
people that sing a different genre of Spanish
Yankee.
music. Daddy Yankee.
Yeah.
I mean, one of the goats.
Yeah.
But it feels like Bad Bunny has turned into more than what anybody else thought Spanish music could be.
I mean, honestly, I would have never imagined.
Dating a Kardashian.
True. Yeah.
Doing what he's doing is just, it's incredible.
I mean, it doesn't even feel like anything. It doesn't even, like, the Kardashian thing is like, oh, cool.
Yeah, it's like
it's not even that impressive to me anymore. It's like, oh, great. Like, this guy's just he can literally do whatever he wants, and he can get, like, Drake's been around for, I'm not trying to, like, crap on Drake. I don't know why.
I love Drake. I love Drake.
I'm comparing it simply due to the fact that, like, he came out with an album, literally
around the same time.
a week before.
Right.
He's been doing this for 15 years. I've never seen a stadium album from Drake. A stadium tour from Drake. Bad Bunny did it in 4 years. I don't know. Like, it's an insane thing. It's also, they speak two languages. He also has a lot more. How would you say it? Like, more things going for it, because it's like
Bad Bunny.
Yeah, because a lot of people don't necessarily listen. Like, in Latin America, I don't know if he would be able to do as good as, like, Bad Bunny would in, like, this huge, like, theaters or whatever, or in even, like, Europe or Spain or whatever.
Well, dude, you look. I was trying to find the tweet again where Bad Bunny went #1 in, I don't know how many countries that don't speak Spanish or English.
It's insane. And
he's #1.
The entire album, he's only speaking in Spanish. Except for, like, three
lines.
Bars. That's it. And he speaks it better than Drake speaks in Spanish.
Yeah, 100%. 100%.
It's not the greatest, but yeah.
It just, to me, it was just such a, and I don't want to sound like two just Bad Bunny stands where we're like, everything he does is incredible, the songs are great, everything it is.
Dude, I don't care if that's what I come up like, dude. That's what
dude, he doesn't miss, though.
Yeah, no, he doesn't.
Like, I was talking about Drake earlier with somebody else, and I was saying, I don't know if Drake has a classic album. If you look at Drake's discography,
I would disagree with that.
I would say Take Care is his most classic album.
I would say that. I also think
Nothing Was the Same was good.
Nothing Was the Same as a classic.
I'd say those two are as much classics as you could get.
I think that's true. Yeah, I don't think For All the Dogs remotely compares to what those two albums made me
Views
feel.
or
Views was great, but it was too many songs. I thought it was too all over the place. Songs. Yeah.
That's the thing. When I look at an album being a classic, I need to see top to bottom. I'm listening to every song.
Like what Bad Bunny says, palo, 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 whatever he releases like an album.
And you're talking about 1, 2, 3, 4 albums from Bad Bunny.
Yeah.
Studio albums. 4 bangers. 4 classics.
100%. I mean, even the one that he released during
the pandemic,
COVID, the one that was like que no iban a salir,
was fire.
I still listen to all those songs.
Dude, I listen to that J. Cole song almost every day.
Oh, I listened to the one with oh my god, Yandel, Canción con
Yandel.
Bro. That the bars that he says in that, I'm like,
the one with La One con Nicki.
The one con Nicki, all of them. The one with Don Omar. It just, I mean, he just has. It's just next level. It's next level. Por siempre. This was like, I felt like this album was a little bit por siempre vibes. I had that energy when I first started. When was the first time that you started listening to Bad Bunny?
The first time I heard Bad Bunny,
like legitimately listened to it, that you maybe
not
on the radio.
Like, oh my god,
yeah. Even if you weren't like a big fan at the beginning, I'm gonna be honest, I wasn't a huge fan at the beginning, and then I
had heard about him.
Yeah,
so I had heard about him. Por Siempre came out when 2017.
18.
18. Okay. So I was living in Connecticut. I was working at ESPN, and I remember Connecticut has a bunch of Puerto Ricans.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
There's a big diaspora of Puerto Ricans in Connecticut, in Hartford and stuff like that. And I remember walking by. I would go like on walks and stuff. I was there by myself.
Yeah.
Imagine, I had nothing to do. So I went on walks, and I remember this Puerto Rican family having a picnic in the park. And I was just walking around the park, just like chilling, whatever. And bro, I just heard this sound. And I was like,
wow.
And I was like, what? I was like, what is that?
Yeah.
And I didn't go up to him and ask him, but I remember hearing it where I was like, oh, this sound.
Hilarious.
And he's like, guys, listen.
I'm sorry.
Mi familia. ¿Quién es ese?
Yeah.
Right. I didn't do that, but I remember
crying.
I remember he was like, it touched me. I heard it in 18, and then I really started listening in 19 when I really started listening to Potemkin, and I was like, oh, wait a second. He's got Diplo? Like Diplo fucks with Bad Bunny?
200 mph.
Like, wait a second. And then I heard so Mia with Drake. And I was like, wait a second. Yeah. This is insane.
Was that on that album?
Yeah.
Oh, that was on
Mia is one is Por Siempre. Let's try.
I didn't even realize that. I thought it was just a single. I guess it is on Por Siempre.
They put it on the back end of.
I'm so tired of that song. That's the only song of Bad Bunny that I'm like, I skip. I don't know why. I like that song a lot. It's great. I was super into it at the beginning. Obviously, it was like a huge like worlds combining moment for me.
Yes.
It was almost like, oh wow, dude, Drake is blessing him. It's even better because and then nowadays, it's a song that it's the only song that I just like.
Because I played it so much.
Right, enough. Maybe they played it in the club too much. I don't know.
It's the last song on Por Siempre.
Oh, it is. There you go.
Last song.
Makes
right
sense.
after Estamos Bien, which
Imagine
is another
having
banger. That's probably the biggest song in the album, right?
Estamos Bien, I think, is the biggest song of the album.
Because it was huge.
Yeah, because Calladita he put it on Un Verano Sin Ti.
Calladita came out, so this comes out in 18.
Yeah.
We're listening to it.
Well, mind you, the beautiful thing about Bad Bunny is that he had about 10 singles with other people that he was
featured in.
The GOAT in every single song.
Yes.
So Diles.
Yes.
He had Tu No Me Te Cabra. He had that
No
other song.
Soy Peor.
Soy
Even
Peor.
though I think Soy
What's
Peor
that
was
one
his.
that's like-
Was it a remix?
Soy Peor was a remix?
They have a remix to it.
They have a
We'd to
remix,
look
but
back.
he's like the one, he's alone in that song.
Right.
But there's a song, oh my God, what's that song that like every single artist is on? It's like about like breaking up with your ex.
Yes, hold on.
What is that song?
Hold on.
No.
we
You
gotta
guys
look
don't want
for
to talk about that song that's like.
No, we can't put them on the spot. Now they don't know.
No.
They're looking around.
Listen,
Everybody's crazy.
no, they're the ones. No, I just want to make sure. That song, I want to make sure I say it because that's
It's a banger,
I think it's the
dude.
song that everybody started realizing who Bad Bunny was. It's a song with oh my God, Osuna's in it. Everybody's on that song, dude. Let me find it because the thing is, I remember I listened to Bad Bunny to the point that where he had no albums, so I would just like go to Spotify and it was just like
And just type it in.
and it was not even that. It was just singles, all singles. There was no album, which is before 2018.
Te Boté remix.
Te Boté, dude.
Off the Heezy.
Dude,
Off
Te
the
Boté.
Dude.
Dude, you remembered it?
Yes, of
I thought
course.
they like,
No.
I
Nobody
thought
said
they whispered
shit.
in your
No,
ear.
nobody said shit to
cool.
me.
All right.
Nobody's even paying attention back there. Te Boté remix with everybody.
Oh my God.
It was like one of those G mixes from back in the day where you had like 17 people on LimeWire and you would download and you were like, oh my God, this is amazing. I
so
love
good.
this.
I'm gonna play 1 second.
1 second. That's all we have. 1 second.
Oh, so good already. You know?
Osuna.
Dude, amazing. That's what I'm saying. He just had so many bangers by himself. Dile, Loca. Like I like it with Cardi B and
Cardi
J
B was
Balvin.
huge.
He also had that album with J Balvin.
Oasis. I listened to Oasis. If I had a vinyl or a CD of Oasis,
It would be scratched.
it would be burned to a crisp. Like if I put it in a stove,
Dude.
That's how bad it was.
I listened to Oasis. I still had a day. I still had a day job doing like not comedy related things or social media. I had like an IT job, and me and my boy, like we were just like we got close because we just loved Bad Bunny and we hated our job, and then we just would listen to Oasis, and it was like it was like if he was J Balvin and I was Bad Bunny, and we were like we're just like doing like coding, dude, and it's just like pretending we're in like Hawaii.
Yeah,
you know?
right. Oasis was awesome.
Talking about J Balvin.
Ooh.
It's a great.
We might have to get into that. So
a little
let the people know.
transitional piece.
Yeah, let the people know what happened there because there was a bar that was said that was.
Listen, I love a little beef. I love some good old ground, grade A beef. Dude.
Hell yeah.
So and especially beef that no one could see coming or would know about. But I could say that I saw this coming for many reasons, and I'll tell you why. Love J Balvin, love Bad Bunny. Great. J Balvin and Bad Bunny had that album together 2018, 2019 actually, because it came out after. Great album, great. I knew they always were like vibing. I feel like they were good people with each other. J Balvin goes a little bit of a different route, starts becoming a little more commercialized, a little more like I'm gonna just embrace more of the American culture, more of like I'm gonna do a song about
Pop stuff.
SpongeBob, like what the hell, like like all these. He did a song about Pokemon, like I don't know what's happening. Like I was like I really was like what's going on right now.
Right, it kind of lost the plot a little bit.
I loved Colores. I love that album that like it put me through hit workouts throughout the pandemic. Love that album. It was great. Then I saw he got back with Bad Bunny, and then they did that song with Dua Lipa and Tiny. I forgot what the name of that song was right now. Great song. I like listened to that forever as well.
Why are we missing out on songs today?
I don't know. Well, I mean, there's too many good ones. There's too many good ones.
Not working.
I'll tell you right now, but it's Un Dia.
Yeah.
Un Dia. I'll play one song. One second. That's it.
That's it. That's all we can do.
So the song, great. So I was like, okay, they're still boys. Great. Then I realize and I see a Bizarrap part, one of those Bizarrap videos with Residente, where Residente, shout out to Residente from Calle 13, one of the best rappers in my opinion.
OG, yeah.
Incredible. Throws shade at J Balvin for 8 minutes straight. And I was like,
okay.
what's going on right now? because I thought we were cool. I thought like the Colombians and Puerto Ricans, like we all got along. Something's going on. He calls him like something hot dog because of some song about, I don't know if it was a song about hot dogs. I don't remember the specific aspect of it, but I wouldn't even doubt it if J Balvin did have a song about hot dogs.
Yeah,
but
that tracks.
yeah. So whatever, like that whole thing happens, and then Bad Bunny on this album, after a year of that happening, just throws shade at J Balvin and basically says at the end of Thunder and Lightning that he's like, yo me he quedado con los siempre amigos, yo estaba con los míos de siempre y no soy amigo de todo el mundo como Balvin, which is like, and that's the last line.
That's a stray
of the song.
That is a stray, because that stays with you. If it's in the middle of the song, you kind of forget about it because there's other bars that follow it. When that's the last song, that is a sniper shot.
It's kind of clear too.
Yeah.
It's like, todos son amigos como, no soy amigo de todo el mundo como Balvin. And
you're
it's
like,
whoa, hold up.
I had to listen to it like 3 times.
Me too.
Because like he's not saying what I think he's saying.
Yeah, but the thing is, you could kind of take that in a positive way if you're like the type of a guy that just sees like glass of full. It's like, because I, you know, if it was me and I don't want to be offended, I'll be like, oh, he's just saying that I'm a friendly guy. You know, like he's just saying that I can be friends with everybody. But the way he means it, obviously, it's like I'm sticking with my crew, but I'm so unloyal or just kind of like needy that I'll become friends with anybody to make it, which is how I see it. And
kind of how everybody.
Not that J Balvin needs to do that because he's like made it. I think he made it before Bad Bunny made it, in my opinion. He's had 13 different looks. Like I remember my girlfriend from high school used to have a crush on him. That's how deep.
You're like, who's this guy?
Exactly.
And then it was 2010
and he looked
or whatever.
Entirely different. Like he looked like Maluma at that point. The way he was. So I was like, okay, so what happened here? And then I don't know if you saw this, but J Balvin then on his live, he was like working out or something. He like went live and he was like talking about it and he's like, no, la verdad, yo no sé qué es lo que pasó con, yo no sé, yo no tengo ningún problema con él, no sé qué, es que bad, no, somos amigos. And I'm like,
that's not
you
good.
Did something, bro.
Yeah,
like,
that's not good.
I don't know what
you're kind of apologizing
a
little
bit.
Because if you did nothing wrong, and somebody puts out a line in a song about you, and you're like, "Yo, hold up, we're straight. Like, what's happening here?"
Yeah,
you know, you did something. If you're saying, "Oh no, we're cool," like, don't worry about it.
Staying quiet is probably better about it.
For sure.
Like,
you know, people can't stay quiet in social media.
Nah.
Like, you gotta clap back if somebody says something to you.
I mean, but the thing is that Bad Bunny, everybody thinks that Bad Bunny kind of like threw shade at like 4 people. Like someone thinks he threw shade at Shakira. I don't know if you saw that yesterday. Like it got a little viral because he says in one of the songs, he says something like, "Oh, los hombres sí lloran, pero también facturan," because of that. Another Bizarrap song where Shakira was throwing fully dissed like on her ex, BK, which she dissed like 7 times at this point. Yeah,
it's getting to Will and Jada Pinkett Smith situation.
A little bit, kind of.
That's crazy, but I don't want to get into that. But that's I'm sick of that. Let's end that.
Will Smith will drop an album, I hope, about that.
No curses on it. Yeah, clean album.
Not at all. So yeah, threw shade at Shakira saying that line, and then Shakira like replied on her story being like, "Bueno, vamos a facturar juntos." She like tagged Bad Bunny and just put the lyrics on there, which is not necessarily shade. Like these lines are just bars, in my opinion. I don't think there necessarily has to be some sort of like, yo, Bad Bunny hates everyone. I don't think it's to that level, even with J Balvin. I think it's something like, sure, something might have happened, or like it's just like him seeing it from a perspective that he might not necessarily be hanging out with all these people every other month or whatever. Then it's just like a line, or like that other line that he says like bichotas son de Puerto Rico for like Karol G.
For Karol G, right?
It doesn't mean like, yo, fuck you, Karol G.
Right,
it just means
exactly.
like that's
and
just
since he's boys with Anuel, and obviously we know what happened with Karol G and Anuel, like everything is connected.
It is connected, even though it's interesting.
But then he had Fade on the song.
He had Fade on the song, which is like, thanks, girl.
What are we doing?
And Karol G's song in the beginning of that song, which is like "Da un perreíto amor" or whatever.
Right, exactly.
In Perro Negro.
Perro Negro, which is another banger too.
That's like the only reggaeton song in the album, which is like nice to have.
Yes, a little taste of
for the girls.
Something different.
I feel like it's for the girls.
Exactly. There's always song like Drake does this a lot too, where he'll put different slow songs that are targeted for girls.
Yeah.
That I'm like,
I mean, that Sexy Red song, for instance,
right?
In that last album, I think it's a banger. I love that song. They play that at the gym. I start twerking.
There's like 3 or 4 songs on that album that I'm like, okay, like this is good. The problem is there's 26 songs on the album. There's 4 or 5 good ones, and then you're like, there's just a ton of mierda, bro.
And for all the dogs,
It's just whatever. But then you look at Bad Bunny.
I mean, everything banger. Nadie Sabe, Monaco, Fina.
Banger.
Hibiki with Mora. Great Love and Never Mora's on the song.
That one goes crazy, dude.
I don't know if that counts.
No, that's a karaoke. That doesn't count.
Great. Mr. October, which everybody thought
Reggie
that was going to be.
Mira como me muevo. Hey.
That little whistle.
Fire. Love
So
that
good.
one.
Cybertruck, great. I think that song talks more about like Kendall a little bit. Like it got a little bit. I heard a little bit of like talking about Kendall Jenner vibes in there. I don't remember how that one starts. Let me see.
Oh,
Right.
That's all we had. That's all we can play.
Voot 787. That's the only one that I'm like kind of okay with.
Really?
I don't love it.
I like it.
I don't love it.
I like it.
But it's the only one. I don't know if it's because it has just the worst name of all of them.
Yeah.
So like it's just kind of
and
like.
then in the middle of it, it has that like slowed down, like chopped and screwed. Like,
Yes.
I don't know what even it's like. I couldn't say.
I
it
don't
off
know
memory.
either about that one. That's the only one that I'm not really. Let me play one song. It's a little different. It sounds like you're in an elevator, which is cool.
I like that one though.
It's a vibe. It's a vibe.
Estamos en vogue.
No. That one's also a little bit Kendall vibes, I
Yeah.
thought. Seda, I thought it was great.
I like Seda. Seda was one of the slower songs.
Old school Bad Bunny.
Yes.
Him with Brian Myers. That whole Brian Myers sound is great. Gracias por nada. I think it's fire. I don't think it's another
I
banger,
liked
but
it.
it's great.
I liked
think it's,
it.
well, let's see, one second. Mm-hmm. It's por siempre vibes.
Yeah.
in my
Yes,
opinion.
yes.
It feels a little more old school than like what.
A little bit more sad boy Bad Bunny.
Yes.
Than party boy Bad Bunny. Than let's hang out on the boat Bad Bunny.
Yeah, well,
because he has different. Like that's the cool thing about him.
It's like a different character every time.
Right.
Which
He's
is
got
great.
multiple different characters in a way where Drake has some of those things.
Yeah.
Right. Because we're getting to a point where we can only compare Bad Bunny with the greats of other genres.
Yeah. Or himself
Right.
at this point.
Right.
Which Drake kind of says that all the time. Like, I'm like, I can only compare myself to myself, whatever. But I think Bad Bunny is someone that you can really compare him to other versions of him. There's really no one like him.
And he's never the same.
at all.
Every
like
album
Anuel
is
is
different.
the same dude
Yes.
with that little comb over thing here
Yes.
forever. I haven't heard another, like, I don't know.
And I like Anuel.
Shout out to Anuel. I love Anuel. He gets me on a vibe, but I cannot listen to a full Anuel album at all, dude. I'll never be able to put a whole Anuel album and be like,
But it's another thing.
back to bottom.
27 songs, 3
Bro,
good ones.
Exactly. I'm
That's the
done
problem.
with that. Just put 12 out and hopefully they're all good.
All right, keep going.
Next one, Teléfono Nuevo. Love that
Banger.
song, dude. It starts with
when
like
it
the
goes,
little.
beep, 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 I'm like, was I on the phone? Like, what
I
happened
love when they
here?
trick you. When they trick you and they make you feel like you're like in it. It's
He
great.
does
And
that
then he
too.
goes back to the beginning
Yes.
of the song. He's like, "Pómela otra vez de nuevo."
Pómela, yeah. Pómela tema otra vez.
So
He does
good.
the same thing in Romana.
Oh
All of a
my
sudden,
God,
like
that's
that,
like,
brrr, and you're like,
"Pómela botar fue-" and then it goes, fire, fire, fuego, fuego. It's so good, so good. Another.
don't mind us. We're just having fun.
And, I mean, is this? Are we cutting all this? Is this? Is any of this usable?
Keep going, keep going.
Teléfono was great. Baby Nueva, obviously, we know what that's about. Let's hear the 1 second. That's
Yep.
it. I love that one. I think it's good. It's like no. It just you
Who's
don't
the
need
feature on that?
No one. The next one is Mercedes Carnota, who Young Michi's featuring on.
Young Chimmy.
Great one. Los Pizza. I love that song. Los Pizza's great. Los
Pizza's good.
He has a line that I love that he's like, yo estoy en la
movie.
pregúntale a Brad Pitt.
What?
So good.
Why? Because he was in Bullet Train.
Bullet Train, which he was the villain in and crushed it. As the wolf or whatever.
Basically didn't say anything. Didn't have
Dude,
to.
we are the biggest Bad Bunny fucking baddies right now. I cannot even.
We know
with us
everything,
right now.
dude.
We're like, dude, we know it. Wow, is this what Taylor Swift, being a Taylor Swift fan feels like?
Is it?
Oh.
I don't know.
Is it?
Yeah,
Okay.
Kirsten says yeah.
Dude, I went to watch the Taylor Swift movie with my girl on the weekend. I don't get it.
Okay. Good.
Anyway,
my wife doesn't like that, so so that's good.
I don't get it. I don't
deal with
understand it. If Bad Bunny had a movie like that, dude, the theater would be crazy. But the
I
thing
would
is
buy.
that
I would buy the theater.
she just had like little girls like vibing to. It's great. I love to. I'm not even gonna get into
If you
it.
like it, you like it.
It's great. Los Pizzas put one little part.
Mm-hmm.
Great. What I love about that song is that at the end he does his own shout out to the DJ. That he's like he does the. I don't know if you.
Is that the one where he sounds like he's in concert? He's like, "Todas las mujeres, estamos en la Sprinter."
And he says Sencillo. Sencillo's like a dude that like basically like runs a lot of VIP shit.
Yes.
Here, he's great. Madam, crazy person, but he's great. He like mentions, he was like, Sencillo, cógeme a toda para el Sprinter. And then he like sounds like he's like in the DJ booth.
Yes.
It's so good.
The way that he can do that, he does the same thing on Después de la Playa.
Yeah.
Where it sounds like he's in a little concert,
Yeah.
in a little place.
Or at
He's
the
like,
beginning,
"Oh,
he's
está
like-
cogiendo la neverita."
Or
Yes,
whatever at the
yes, like
beginning.
before it goes, and then it's like, bum, bum. Yeah, incredible.
Oh, so good. Vuelve Candiví. I love that song.
Bang! It has so many bars in it.
So good, dude. And I love the I didn't know this, but Vuelve Candiví used to be a jinetero, which means like a dude that like how do you call that in English? Like the guys that ride horses? I don't know. how
Yeah,
you call
like
that.
a jockey.
Yeah, exactly. In Puerto Rico that like died or something. I looked it up and I was like, oh, Because
And he's in the Spotify. If you listen on Spotify,
Yeah.
in every song, he's on a horse. Going through every song in like different cities or different things. And the album cover is him on a horse.
Exactly. So this one's a little bit more of like tying a little bit more into that vibe. I also love that. And that was like, there's like a laugh track in it, or like not a laugh track, but he says something like, oh my God, what is that? That is like, estoy burlao. Ha,
Yeah.
Love that line. I use that for all my promos now. Vaticano, I think is great. It hasn't grown on me just yet.
I'm intrigued by Vaticano. And I'll tell you why. Because it feels to me like the darkest song on the album.
It is pretty dark. It's a dark
very
song.
dark song. It's called Vatican, essentially.
Vaticano
in English.
Yeah.
But he's talking about a very hypersexualized relationship with somebody. Right?
Correct.
In terms of it being also kind of religious.
Yes.
So it's like, for me, I had to hear it a couple times and I was like, okay, this is interesting. Like, what is he trying to do here? And all the other songs, I know what he's trying to do. This one, I'm still trying to figure out.
I haven't figured it out yet. It hasn't grown on me. I agree with you. It is like,
it's a dark song.
What is happening right now? That's why I haven't gone too far into it, but I will. It's still just less than a week out. We'll get there. Next one, I love No Me Quiero Casar. I play that next to my girl so she can be like afraid.
The beat on No Me Quiero Casar, when it goes pum pum pum, dude.
The fact that it starts like this too, it's like na 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 na, like a classic Puerto Rican song, great. And then he's like, "No me quiero casar." So good, such a great beat.
I can't do it right now, people. Sorry, jeez. Okay. Kirsten keeps waiting for me to get it right, and I can't get it.
We're fully doing promo for him for free right now. Next one, Where She Goes.
Well, that was a single that came out.
First single that came out. Nobody even knew that it was going to be like an album coming, except people that were like, oh, Nadie Sabe was the billboard at the end or whatever. Banger. I love Where She Goes. But it's something, once a single comes out, I don't know about you, I don't really hear it in the album because I've heard it so much for like 2 months already. So it's like I kind of skip it. If it comes up in
my shuffle, I won't skip it.
I won't skip it.
But I won't listen to it in the album.
But if it's in the album and I'm listening to the album, I'll skip it just because I'm like, I already heard this. I know where it is. I do think it's a little bit, I will say this, it's a little out of place based on the entirety of the album, in my opinion.
Yes.
I don't think it has the same vibe that the rest of the album has, but maybe on the next album, and we'll get to un preview towards the end, maybe a little more of that little house and reggaeton vibe. Where She Goes is great. Thunder Lighting, like I said, is my favorite right now with Eladio Carrion, which I also love that he says, I don't even know if it's on this one, but he says, Ya yo me fui el trable de se lo dejé Eladio.
Yeah.
Amazing.
It might be on a different song, but
it's a different song. Yeah, but the fact that Eladio has like 3 shout outs in it, I didn't even know there were that much.
Eladio's, dude, on a sidebar, Eladio's killing it right now.
Love that guy, bro.
Anytime that he's on a song, I'm like cranking it up. And I remember when Kemba Walker came out.
Oh my God, dude.
Kemba Walker
is that with Kodak?
No, with no, you're thinking of hold on, I'll get in a second.
The Gremlin one?
The Gremlin one.
Yeah, something Gremlin.
Super Gremlin with Eladio and somebody else is on it. I can't think of it right now.
Is Kodak on it?
Kodak's on it, and Eladio and somebody else.
I forgot who it is.
It's another Latin trap album.
Remake thing. But
I can't think of it.
I love that Eladio just has like future. Like he just has like the greatest like rappers.
Like people respect what he's doing because
I think it's because he speaks the most English and he can communicate perfectly.
On this is what I want to do in the song. I can do this, but I can do it in Spanish.
Exactly. Thunder and Lightning.
Europa is another interesting one to me because that tells me
there's something coming.
There's a little nugget
throwing that
for us to look at because it's literally like
it's 11 seconds. It's just him saying. I mean, I feel like with this one we're gonna get in trouble.
Can we play this?
It's not even a song. It's like it's just this.
So basically, for my English speakers, what it says is somebody at an airport.
That's the whole song.
Yeah, it's somebody at an airport saying, "Sorry, your trip to Europe has been canceled. Just look up for future dates of your flight."
Which I'm pretty sure it either means that like
a tour,
a European tour. I'm sure it's gonna happen, or something in the next album that kind of is a continuation.
Ties it together.
I don't know if this is like a part 1, part 2 thing, but it's like I don't think there'll be a Nadie Sabe lo que va a pasar mañana part 2.
Right.
Maybe there is. Maybe you'll use this clip when that happens. But I don't know. It definitely feels like there's more to this, especially only because of that. Perro Negro, we already talked about it with Fade, Fire. HPR, we already talked about it. And then there's Un Preview, which is the second single.
Yes.
They came out
because it came out like a week before. It feels like
a week before. No, yeah, it did. And I remember listening to that song, and I was not impressed.
Kirsten said the same thing. Kirsten's
you weren't impressed
right now. She was like, "It's okay," and then I was like, "Hold on, you just gotta listen to it a couple times."
And I did, and it grew on me a lot.
It grew on you, right?
But it definitely was not my top. And then I hear it now on the album, and I like it. And I like it a lot more. I don't skip it. I think it's because it sounds a lot like, maybe not Un Verano Sin Ti, but it does sound very that vibe. Like, it feels like it would have fit in that album a little bit, in my opinion. I think it's great, but then the fact that he puts that at the end, which means Te voy a dejar un periodo para lo que viene después, which you think is the beginning of this album.
Right.
When he plays that, that's a huge tell that there's something fire coming.
It's just so cool.
Apart from this.
Yes, dude. It's so cool the way that they can kind of manipulate where the songs go and how the story gets told of an album. That lets you know that there's stuff coming in the future. And to me, I think Mike Fuentes, I was telling him, an album is like a bottle of wine. You need to open it up.
I agree.
You got to let it breathe a little bit. You got to listen to it a couple times. And then you can make a distinction on, okay, is this a good album? Is this a great album? Right? Because you hear something, especially if it's your favorite artist. Like, I heard For All the Dogs. And then I heard it again. And I was like, okay, there's about 6 songs that
you liked it a lot at first.
I liked it.
Did. Yeah.
And then I was like,
With
but
every time.
it kept going down.
Me too.
With Bad Bunny, I was like, I listened to it the first time. I was like, okay. I don't know if I like it all the way yet.
Do you know the first thing I did
Then
when
I
I
listened to
heard
it again.
Yeah.
And again.
And again.
And again. And again. I was like, okay, all right, I'm in.
You're all in. Dude, the first time I listened to it, the second I listened to it in my car, I was like, I'm gonna go downstairs. My girl was like upstairs, and I was like,
She's like, you're crazy. It's midnight. What are you doing?
I
You're
don't
like,
care. I'm going downstairs. I'm going to my car. I'm listening to this to it by
In the
myself.
car.
I don't want to listen to this with you.
Huge, by the way. Listening to it in the car is a totally different story. Yes.
And I just put my seat back, bro, and I just listened to every song, and I let them all hit me. And then I went upstairs, and I was like, you're gonna hate this album because
Because she doesn't like trap.
She doesn't. Yeah, she's not. She's a new Bad Bunny fan. She liked Un Verano Sin Ti. You're not gonna love it at the beginning because you're gonna be like, all these songs sound the same,
right?
Because you don't like it's similar beats, I guess, which they're not at all. But it just has that whole like. And then she heard it and she's like, yeah, he's just kind of talking through it, which I
in the
get
first
it.
song, yes,
in the first song. But there is a trap is kind of that. It's kind of like. It's very like you're not just like singing like it's not that. It's just like
it's like trap.
It's rap.
It's like trap English style.
Yeah, it's literally
it's the same
trap
thing.
music. Like that's what happens. So I don't think this album's for the girls per se necessarily. Like which like Un Verano Sin Ti was like a lot of that. There's definitely songs that, like you said, like are catered towards that, like Fina, Perro Negro. But I do feel like this album is kind of para los perros.
Yeah.
like
his version of it.
This is the real, like, in that sense. Like, it's 100%. Like, that was For All the Dogs of Drake, what he was trying to do with that, which I feel like he kind of does, in a way. But I don't really internalize that as much as with this album. That's like, this is for all the dudes to like go get it, go like,
right.
Obviously for women too. It's just like empowering and so many. You feel like you can take over the world with him,
100%,
and like you're in the ride and that horse with him, and you're like, well, let's go. Whatever it is I want to do, I'm gonna do, and I'm gonna stay on top, and I don't care who's gonna take me down.
I think it's in Webekan TV where he talks about sitting out in France with a cappuccino, looking over. And I'm like, yo, I feel that shit, dude.
Hell yeah, dude.
I feel that shit.
I've put myself in a position where, like, I go to a vacation and I'm outside, I'm just sipping. I'm like, well, look at this.
Hell yeah, dude. Like,
look at this
money.
life I've built without, like, caring about, like, my Chase messages that I'm like, oh, grab them overdrafted
like,
or whatever.
The credit card bill's going to be expensive next month.
Exactly. I get it. You know?
Where does this sit in the pantheon of Bad Bunny albums? So we have Por Siempre.
Hard.
We have Hago Lo Que Me Da La Gana.
Yeah.
We have Último Tour.
Oh, true. That album I always forget about.
It's not bad.
It's a great
album. It grew
album.
on me. There was some songs in the middle that I was like, okay.
I used to be a huge fan of that album, and then I
love the first like 5
faded.
songs.
Mm-hmm.
That one. Let's see what else.
La que me van a salir.
Yeah, okay. We can throw that one in. Un Verano Sin Ti, and then Nadie Sabe.
Okay,
Where do you rank them?
Let's see. Let me go through it.
Yeah,
let me check. They're all here. You can throw in Oasis in there. It's his album too.
Oasis is it's a great album.
It's a great album. It's a really good album. I do think it's stuck in the past a little bit. I don't think the songs translate as well as a lot of songs from his do. Okay, this is I think my rating where it comes to this album. Starting from the bottom, I think 6 is Las que no iban a salir, simply because he didn't really put effort into that album, and it
was a COVID album,
and he did.
It was just something that we got that was a miracle.
It was a little bit like, you know what? I'm bored. I'm gonna play these songs that I think I'm gonna be able to release, and I'll do it. So I think Las que no iban a salir, number 6, just in the bottom. No, for no reason. I still love so many songs from that album. I think after that would go El Último Tour del Mundo.
Okay.
Not that I love that album, Booker T, Estoy en mi
Booker T,
peak.
banger.
So many bangers on that album. That song with Rosalía too.
Te Mudaste.
Te Mudaste,
Classic.
so
Rosalía,
good.
personal friend of yours, by the way, not to toot your own
Personal
horn.
friend, yeah.
Personal friend of
She's
yours.
great.
Hoy Cobré,
She is
also
the
fire.
sweetest.
Maldita Pobreza.
Maldita
also banger
Pobreza,
too.
Maldita. But it also felt like he was trying like a little bit of rock.
It was a lot of rock in
which
this
I
album.
loved it.
A lot of rock in this album.
But I will say it didn't translate as well to the public as a lot of what he's done after that.
Daquiti was the biggest song, not only of that
Daquiti.
album, that year.
That year, that song won
Easily.
I don't know,
Easily.
like Grammys or something.
It was the biggest song of 2020. Sorry, haters.
Haciendo que me ama. So many good songs on that one. But I do think, based on his entire discography, that would be second, my opinion.
Okay.
Third, I would put.
We're at four. We're at four.
We're at four.
We're
Four, I
Ivan
would
Salid
put.
and Ultimo Tour.
Man,
This is tough, dude.
this is a tough one, but I gotta put Oasis there.
Okay.
Why? It would be in between Oasis or Por Siempre, but I put Oasis in there because it has way less songs than Por Siempre. Por
Yeah.
Siempre gave us a taste of what Bunny could be. Gave us 22 songs, first album off rib, and he had great songs on that album. Por Siempre has ¿Quién tú eres? 200 mil, no 200 mil en un aquí. Like he has so many good ones. Solo de mí, La Romana with El Alfa, Estamos
El Alfa
Bien,
kills that
Mia.
song, dude.
It's
Yes.
just so good. Oasis is great too, but it has to be fourth. Third, we're gonna go with Por Siempre. We're forgetting one. There's seven. There's not only six.
There's seven. Which one are we forgetting? Hold up.
Yo hago lo que me da la gana. We didn't throw that in there.
Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, there's seven.
There's seven. Okay.
Oh shit.
It's fine. We're just gonna keep going. Like, instead of three, it's gonna be four. So we're gonna
Okay.
keep going because these are my top three
Okay.
Bad Bunny albums. This is so tough right now, dude. Okay.
I think there's a clear number one, for me at least.
What is yours? What is yours?
My
Okay, you know what? Do you agree with this list, or how would you swap
Right
this
now-
list? Let's get to top three right after.
Yeah. Right now, I'm looking at. I'd probably put Oasis in front of Por Siempre.
Okay, that's fair.
I thought it was 8 songs, 8 bangers.
8 bangers. That's true. I will
Because
say
like
that.
every song I'll listen to, it'll be like, yeah, this one was fire, this one was fire, this one was fire.
You still listen to it?
Yes.
Okay,
I still listen to it.
Fair.
On my shuffle, I'll still listen to it.
fair.
I really liked Ultimo Tour, but not more than Por Siempre. So I'd probably agree with you on, I'd say 7, Ivan Salid, 6, Ultimo Tour, Por Siempre 5, Oasis 4. For me, I think,
It's tough, bro, because Yo hago lo que me da la gana got me through COVID. I listened to
Dude.
that. It got me through a lot.
I listened to that album, I swear to God,
mean, banger over banger.
10,000 times.
Yo perreo sola, La Zona,
10,000 times.
Vete. You know what, man?
Oh,
This is it. And I don't.
oh my God. Do it. Just do it.
Third, Yo hago lo que me da la gana.
Wow.
Yeah. No, because I'm also looking at everything else in the discography, and it's great. But there are some skippable songs
you
in Yo
think
hago lo que me
that-
da la gana.
Like what?
I don't really fuck with La Difícil as much
Okay,
as
I agree
people
with
do.
you.
La Zona, I don't even know how that song goes.
It's the one that starts. It's
It's okay. It's okay in my opinion. I love this album so much. I really do. But I will say that Un Verano Sin Ti is a better album.
Okay.
than
So
that
you're
album.
putting that at 2?
I like putting Un Verano Sin Ti at two.
Wow. That means
And I
means
sincerely do think
Nadie
that Nadie
Sabe is
Sabe is
number
the
1.
best work that he's released by far. And I know this is my opinion fully. I don't think the
Wow.
rest of the world will agree with me. I think most people will say Un Verano Sin Ti is his best album. But I fully think that what he did with this album makes it really shows you who the Bad Bunny, Trap Bunny, what people
Yeah.
want to call him at the beginning in 2016, 2017, 2018, 2019, what he was doing, that he kind of was like, you know, I'm going to take this to a different level with Un Verano Sin Ti and become a national superstar. He did that, and now he's like, I'm back to my real roots,
yeah.
and we're gonna smack it. You can disagree with me, and
No,
I
I'm
want
going
you
to disagree
to.
with you. I'm going to disagree with
Go
you.
ahead.
I'm going to say Nadie Sabe is 3 because I
Okay.
think that there's a lot of bangers on there. Monaco, I heard Monaco for the first time, right? Because obviously, you know, in the video that he put out a couple days before the album dropped, you heard that beat, you heard the hoo hoo hoo.
Yeah.
So you knew, okay, something's coming.
Yeah.
And I didn't think it was going to be Monaco. And then Monaco hits, and then you hear the French in the background, then you hear the F1 cars going, and then he changed the beat.
Yeah.
And dude, I was like, this is the best song on the album. This is a banger. Instantly, I knew it.
And you didn't see that there was another one. Like
Right.
you haven't changed your mind.
Right. No,
Which
I
is
think,
fair.
I think in Nadie Sabe, I think Monaco is the best song.
Okay.
I think close second is. No, I'd have to go back. Close second, I'd probably say
Man, I'm looking at all these songs right now.
Cybertruck is good. I love Cybertruck.
Great.
Webek on TV, Thunder and Lightning. There's a lot of good songs. That's why I have it top 3 because I think there was a lot of really good stuff.
Me too.
Yo hago lo que me da la gana was
2
because there is even Bichillal, Solia,
Bro, I went to Colombia on this album.
Ignorante with Sesh. That song rides.
That song's sick. It's sick.
25-8.
25-8 is incredible. It reminds me a little bit of HPR,
Yes,
a little bit.
yes. Because they throw it back like Hablamos Mañana,
Yeah.
Zafaera. Like there's just bangers upon bangers upon bangers on. You didn't like it?
No, I love that song.
okay.
I love that album. It's just hard to rate that because putting myself in a position, I don't want to change my numbers, but I will say this.
Okay, we'll add an asterisk.
Yeah. Yo hago lo que me da la gana was around for almost 2 years before he released Un Verano Sin Ti. Like, Yo hago lo que me da la gana got us, like, those 22 songs.
Got us a long time
Yeah.
with Ultimo Tour in the middle.
True. Ultimo Tour was in there, but you were still listening.
Yeah, 100%.
Like, it was like, well, he had like that double tour where he did both of them.
I went to it.
I
It
did
was
too.
here. I was here.
Incredible. I went to it twice. It was that freaking good.
I sold the Sunday
and
tickets.
then I went to the stadium tour.
stadium tour.
3 months later. Like it's like that's
I was out of town that day, and I don't remember where I went, but it wasn't obviously as important because I would have remembered it.
Yeah.
But that tour is the one that for me.
You didn't go?
I didn't go because I was out of town. So when they came to Miami, I wasn't here, and I regret it so much.
Oh my god,
because
bro.
for me, number one, Verano Sin Ti, not only does it take me to a place with my wife that just
All right, bro. You love your wife.
I love my wife, dude. I love you, baby. I love you.
We get it, bro.
No, but it takes me to a place
I love
where
you too, baby.
Any
Not your wife. My girlfriend.
I was gonna say what the fuck.
That's what I meant. Jesus.
It takes me to a place mentally where anytime I hear any of those songs,
You
I
get
can
back
go
to that
back
place.
to that place. For me,
I agree with
it's
that.
it's a social, like just a spiritual thing where I'm like, okay, I'm connected to this
Yeah.
via somebody that I love. So for me, Verano Sin Ti is number one because it just shows.
See, the thing
that-
is, during that time, I was dating a lot of girls, so it doesn't do the same for me. But
Ya lo
but
sé.
each song does have value. No, but it's tough, man, because I kind of want to change my Verano Sin Ti to that, but simply because of the
You gotta
fact
stay strong. Stay strong.
I'm
on your-
staying
on your
strong.
three.
I do think Nadie Sabe has bangers that not everybody will appreciate as
Right.
much, but they show you Bad Bunny to a level of like, I'm the shit.
Right.
No one can stop me. And he's saying that, but he's still giving you an incredible song in the meantime. It's not just like, yeah, I'm the best. It's just like, I get it. I get it within the song why you're the best. Not just because of albums that I heard before. Like, it's legit, dude. And Un Verano Sin Ti it got him to where he is. I don't think if he would have went from El Último Tour del Mundo to this album,
It would be the same.
if he would be the same.
He needed that extra Verano Sin Ti to because that almost catapulted him into
100%.
the air that he can date Kendall Jenner because that song that album
I like how
and those
that's the
songs.
measurement, but it is true.
But right, but like in pop culture, if you're dating somebody of that level, that
100%,
magnitude,
you have something.
because he broke
He's
up with
the
Gabrielle.
Travis Scott of like,
Right.
this time or
Right,
whatever.
exactly.
So,
Of our generation, of our genre. It's
crazy.
Because Travis Scott's
Pete
doing
Davidson
it on his
did
own.
it in the comedy side. He did
Yes.
it in the Latin, reggaeton side, and then
And then Travis did it on his side.
who knows what's the next category that they're gonna date. But for now, it's just
Where else can we
it's
go?
musicians.
How far else can you go?
I don't know. They're just gonna date like tennis players after. I don't know. But yeah, I do think Un Verano Sin Ti is incredible.
It's
I
a
will say
banger,
that
too.
every single song on that. But I think as
Body of
there's
work-
only a week
Yeah.
that we've listened to this latest album. I think everybody should give it more of a chance. Play more of the songs. They're gonna grow.
Open
on
up
you.
that bottle of wine. dude.
Open up the bottle of wine.
Let
Pretend that you're in Paris. Just like have a little cappuccino.
Swish it around a little
just like
bit.
a little bit. Have some fun.
Brother. Promote your stuff, dude. Where are you going? Where can people see you?
dude.
Where can people follow you? Give me all the goods.
Dude, you can follow me at CAHR. Is this my camera? I don't know if I'm looking at
Right here.
Okay. You can follow me at CAHRLOS. On TikTok, you can follow me at CAHRLOL. I'm posting all my dates. You can find them on the link in my bio. My next big show is gonna be in December, but I have a show that I'm doing with my boy Nadie Sabe that's called The Cookout, which is a crowd.
I saw the promo for it.
All crowd work show, which is basically like
Is that hard for you?
Crowd work? No, I love crowd work because I started through improv before I ever did stand up.
Right.
So I love being on my feet and just like messing with people in a way that like it makes me use
Faster,
callbacks and all
yeah.
that stuff. But I love just stand up in general, like joke writing all the way. But when I do a little bit of crowd work, it makes me stand on my feet more and reminds me what I used to do
Yeah.
improv. So the way we're gonna do that show, it's at Blackbird. and we're setting up a stage in the middle of basically like of the back, and at the stage
Of the
in
outside,
middle.
what used to be the outside part.
No, so it's exactly so it's inside, but it's the stage is in the middle, and everybody around is going to be sitting around. So we're doing it like a little bit of like, so we're kind of being all over. We're kind of all over as opposed to like just the stage and everybody's here. So it'll be a pretty cool experience. That's next Thursday, October, I believe 26. Next Thursday in a week, October 26th. And yeah, follow me for more shows. Follow me for dates. I'm posting content all the time. Follow your boy and listen to the album, please.
Yeah, dude.
That's all I want you to do.
My brother, thank you so much for hanging out.
Of course, bro. Thank you for having me. Ahora soy peor.
Banger, bro. Thank you, dude. That was awesome.
That was
We
great.
only went an hour, so.
Oh shit. How long were we doing? 12 minutes?
We'll have to figure that out, Kiers.